Folks, we're back! Which one of us is gonna do it? Yeah, both of us.
Alright, well, after about a 2-week absence or so, it's been a very hectic army.
Yeah, things have just kind of gotten in our way for one reason or another.
Yeah, lots of like really larger community events, and some of the stuff I've got, a lot of stock footage that I need to finally edit up, but it's not been really clicking. Most of it's just standing around going, oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
So it's not really that entertaining. I'm thinking maybe we can throw some in like at the beginning or after videos or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are back for whatever this is, and we have 2 wheat beers for us today. Now, one of these is actually a local legend. And by legend, I mean it seems like it's a little bit more legend than truth in certain ways.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say, this is the Mears Gold beer, which anyone from Oklahoma, or at least South Oklahoma, will be able to tell you stories about Mears and the burgers and the ranches and the old steakhouse that used to be there. And it is a little tiny, it is a town that consists of basically
4 buildings.
Yeah, four buildings that's actually all one on the inside. And it is this area's like oldest cattle ranch / it used to be the building itself used to be a school, a drugstore, a corner stop, and like something else, and like a general store. And now it's just all one large proprietor. They've hollowed out the insides of all the buildings, and it's now just one big area that serves arguably really great comfort burgers. Yeah, like they'll serve you a burger, and then they'll serve you the Mears burger, which is like the size of your head. It's pretty big.
Way too much burger. Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's worth it. And there's a huge amount of history in the place. Like the place as a destination, just to see all the stuff that accumulated over the last 100 years, basically, is really fascinating. That being said, it's not like a gourmet burger. This is family owned, so you get family quality, which is damn delicious. It's gluten-free.
It's not a show of it though.
Yeah, they're just like, here you go.
There's
good
your
luck. Good luck, Sonny.
Hope you enjoy it as much of you as you can eat. Okay.
Yes. So this is the Mears Gold beer. It is brewed for the place. It's not brewed there, but it's brewed here in Oklahoma, just a couple counties over. And it claims on the bottle that it's an old traditional Indian country beer brewed that's been passed down.
No idea how much of that's true.
Yeah, we can't attest to any of that. I don't personally believe it. But there's no way to tell.
Also, not one of those things you can really fact check, unless.
I mean, if you really had good connections with the Choctaw Nation, which is the nation that owns this area, you could probably figure out whether the Krebs Brewing Company is telling the truth. Please.
I'm going to be sampling the O'Fallon's Westport wheat beer. Generally speaking, I don't think we do a whole lot of wheat beers. Just in general, we don't do them a whole lot. Nothing wrong with them.
No.
I have little to no knowledge of this beer, other than apparently they love beer.
That's on 2 sides of their label.
Yeah, so it is. It's a 12-ounce bottle. What is the alcohol content? Because, as per our norm, fuck it, I'll do it live.
Yep. Yeah, the Mears beer doesn't have any of that information either. It is just a large fat section, and then the fluid ounces, and that's it. So.
Yep. I'm getting nothing.
All right. Well.
With no further ado, you know, my wife, every time she sees me do that, tells me that that's not why she got me this ring.
Well,
does it stop me?
No.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that that's not why. Hoppy. Hoppy, springy, citrusy.
Yeah, getting right around the same sense.
Yeah. It's just like a couple steps above what a Pilsner is generally, is what I've found to be most wheat ales and wheat beers is pretty close to that. They're generally light on the alcohol, light on the aftertaste, light on the stomach.
Incredibly clear, and it looks like there's actually a slight bottle finish to this that I was not tracking.
Well, there shouldn't be, but in comparison to this one, which you can't even fucking see through.
Yeah, it's murky as hell.
Yeah. It's got a lot.
Let's see how they pour, shall we? Now, as a note for any of you that are professional beer drinkers that happen to stumble upon our channel, yes, we're tracking that one of these is a Pilsner glass and one of these is actually a wheat beer glass. I'm broke. And I don't have the money to supply up with the appropriate number of glasses for both of us to be drinking out of the appropriate glassware. And that's actually interesting more on the glass side, that there's a lift, an imperfection in the glass, and it lifts up on one side.
That's kind of fun. Look at this motherfucker. This was a gentle pour. I can pour without nothing. This looks like a Saison. Look at that carbonation.
Yeah.
It's coming off, like, you can't see it at home, but this is coming off like it looks like a
Champagne.
Yeah.
Looks like champagne coming up and off. It's got a much thicker head than champagne I've ever seen, but that's got for days.
Yeah, this is like the farmhouse ale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's got that herby, rich
lemongrass smell to it. And this one I actually tried to pour kind of hard at the end, and it's built more of a head just resting on its own than my entire pour.
What that says about the chemical composition. I will never know.
Or the density of the... Or the surface tension of the fluid. Yeah, not getting a whole lot of smell out of this one. I mean, my nose seems to be a little bit stuffy today, but I'll try and make it work.
The taste smells much more, kind of like, I hate to say it, kind of like a Budweiser or something, but without the minerally, acetone chemical kick at the back.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that still has the. It's almost like a mint or a spearmint or something like right there. I'm explaining that really badly. That's where my brain went. I immediately regretted it. I don't know what that is.
It's this. Not quite. Catnip? Does it smell like catnip?
Maybe. I'd like to be able to. That is still nearly just lower than room temperature. Jesus, I put that in the fridge like 2 hours ago.
So, as to the comment earlier, as the a step and a half above a Pilsner, yeah, you're about right. Just not a whole lot on the flavor spectrum there. It's not a bad beer. but it's...
I do want to taste it. But granted, I will preface everything that we say. Remember, those who are returning viewers, we are stouts and the like.
ales.
Yeah,
and
that's our MO. So when we say there's not a whole lot of flavor, it probably means that someone who drinks pilsners and
yeah, very much
stout.
so.
Yeah.
This is outside of our norm. Both of these.
Yeah. It's a lot like the... Actually, I'm going to say this. This is a lot like, for me, the rice beer that we had way back in the day. Where we were like, huh. There's...
Did we ever actually put that episode out for
Yeah.
people to watch? I can't remember.
I think so. Pretty sure. There's only been one that we nixed. And then there's one that we haven't shown just because we were making
Yeah.
it for a double time and we didn't have to do the double time.
This one has a much better bouquet to it than that one does. There is something there.
Yeah. Maybe it's the... There's a certain level of maltiness to it, maybe, that I wasn't expecting. It's not a deep identifiable taste, but it's much like when you add like pepper to a steak. Like you generally don't taste the pepper, but it accents all of the things that are the steak. I don't know if that's a good way to explain it.
It makes sense to me as someone who enjoys cooking and food and all things flavorful.
You see what I mean about the temperature?
Yeah.
Yes. Weird. You know, I almost kind of like this in a way. Like over the past, I want to say, year or so, I've not gotten into the actual practice of, because I don't see the need to. But there have been times where I've had, you know, especially when I'm like playing a game or reading a book, that I've got a beer in my hand and it's gotten warm by the time I'm, you know, all the way through it. And I find myself enjoying it a little bit more for different reasons when it's like a room temperature.
Okay.
And that's not something that I ever thought was going to be normal. Like normally you just get that like horrible alcohol-y taste with just a and it wasn't the case. You know,
well, that's also the difference, I think, between drinking a craft beer or the more refined beers as opposed to drinking your...
they're basically like JPA.
Yeah, your mass production beer. I went to a Twin Peaks and I ordered a beer, and I ordered it, of course, in the glass, and their glasses and beers come out so cold that there's literally frost on the glass, and it makes a beer slushy ring around your glass as you drink it. And you can drink all the way down to the bottom, like just at a normal drinking pace. You don't have to rush or anything, just at a normal drinking pace. And you will see by your beer slushy where you consumed to every time. And it's just this progression, like, but the beer is so cold at that point that you lose so much flavor.
Right.
Like, you're just losing so much of it. And I think that's something that the not quite so educated with beer have been shanghaied into thinking is the right answer for a beer. Grab a cold one. Beer as cold as the Rockies, and our mountains change to a different color on the bottle so that you know when it's the right temperature.
Yeah.
There are most craft beers, I don't think, serve below like 40s, yeah, 40 degrees. Most of them are in the 50s. If you're serving that beer at below 50, you're drinking it wrong, as compared to how the brewmasters that spent hours researching and combining recipes and sampling it at different temperatures determined that that beer was the best.
You know what would be amazing would be to do like a flight tester. There's like a six shot and a half, of,
of
the same beer and have one at a 5-degree gradient all the way up. Just the same beer, but I will tell you that about halfway you're going to be thinking that you're tasting something, a different one.
I don't even know if I would do a shot and a half.
Oh yeah, it's just a little. It's enough to have like a sip and swish.
Yeah. You might be right. I mean,
4 ounce and a half is 6 ounces. Shot is what, 4?
I don't know.
I mean, they seem to be really good beers. The Mears beer, even though I ended up debuting it, it's honestly not my favorite because there's aspects about it that I don't like. Now, would I prefer it above other ones of its class or like some other saisons or maybe like pilsners that I've tasted before? Yeah, probably. What I don't like about it is the kind of mealy or mineral water aftertaste to it, and the fact that it goes not flat, but its taste profile evens out a whole lot more. Like the longer that you drink it, it just slopes. And even a closed neck drinking it from the bottle, which is how most of the time that you enjoy it at the store, even by the time you're down halfway, it's already lost so much of the flavor profile, which is not a huge amount to begin with, at least to my palate, which is normally sandblasted with things like, lime, high spices, and hot peppers. So I don't have the most sensitive palate.
Well, I'm sure your palate's gotten way better since you quit smoking.
Oh, infinite. But still, if you eat spicy 3 times a day, your palate's not going to be as sensitive.
Yeah. I think this meal that I had before showing up was my second for the day, and I just barely got it in. Yeah.
I usually have jalapeno habanero for lunch and then pepperoncini for dinner. So it's
taking the proverbial sandpaper to the tongue there.
Yeah, it keeps me young.
Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night, there, buddy.
So after testing this a little bit, even after it's been out of the bottle, do you agree? Do you have some changes or suggestions to it?
No, I think you're pretty much on the point and on the money on all of that. I did notice that the longer it aired out, it didn't really change its flavor profile. Just in general.
No, it didn't alter to any other undiscovered or previously suggested thing.
Now that might be due to the fact that it didn't have a great range to have to warm up to, like we have had in the past.
Also, these are going to be younger beers, don't they? Also, they're going to take less time to brew and to be put out and to cycle through.
For wheat beers?
Well, just these lighter, lower alcohol beers.
Yes, lower alcohol beers do tend to take less time because you're not waiting for the yeast to consume the natural sugars to break them down and create carbon dioxide in your alcohol.
Okay.
Science.
Can I have a second draft out of that?
Yeah, no. Please go for it.
How do you like this particular wheat? It's got much.
I don't think I can give an accurate vote for anything right now because my nose is so clogged and I don't know why. I didn't notice it being clogged at all today until I got into this building. And I was like, or as I was walking up, I was like, damn it!
You're allergic to geese, maybe. There's geese outside.
Geese.
Yeah. Dinosaurs.
We call them Washingtonian geese, where I'm from, because they don't ever leave. The temperature range usually isn't far enough apart for them to want to migrate south or migrate north.
I will say that there is a sweetness in this that is very much reminiscent. It's giving me flashbacks of that initial pull off of the Rochefort. There's a sweetness right there on the beginning, on the sides of the tongue. It's just, it doesn't last. It's not like it's it's a key to the portion, but there's a sweetness to it that's lending that I'm getting kind of like a deja vu.
There is a sweetness.
This one doesn't have any of that sweetness. It's like
No.
A vinegar sour versus.
Yeah. This one has a much steeper incline and decline in the flavor profile. So this one would be more like the peak of the mountain. If you were to...
So if you're looking at it in a
yes,
sine wave.
it's like that. But it's very steep, very quick. And then the flavor's gone. That one's more like a rolling hill. It just kind of goes up and then... Alright, not so much rolling, just a hill.
Yeah, rolling is...
Yeah, no, that one's more of just like...
I'd like a beer to go...
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. It goes, this one just kind of goes up, and you crest the hill, and then you go back down, and you're good. And it's nothing amazing at the top of that hill like you might hope. But it's there. It's a flavor profile. It's unique. All its own.
Alright, fantastic. Alright, well, I think we gotta declare a winner. Suggestion?
If you're looking for the one with the most flavor, I'd probably go with mine. If you're looking for the easiest drinking one, I couldn't tell you.
We're looking for the one that is the most wheat beer. Wheat ale, I'm sorry.
I don't feel like I am experienced enough in the wheat beers to declare, to be knowledged, to say, that's what a wheat beer is. This is what they should taste like. I just don't drink wheat beers.
Alright. Well, this O'Fallon Brewing Company is brand new to our location, and the Cash Road Liquors, where we go to find most of our stuff. The staff was busy today, so I didn't interact with them, but that is a brand new item. So it just happened to grab me right as I was looking at the wheat beers. So
out of Missouri.
I like it, but I'm gonna have to back even the beer that I don't really care for, just because it's mirrors everything about it is all made together, and it's for the focus of you're never gonna find this in a store. The only place you can get it is that store, that restaurant. So, and for the fact of that, I love it. Is they're making it not because it's gonna sell 1 million fucking units. They're making it because they either love that place or they love the beer, and for that at least, I can get over having, they're using too strong of a mineral water to brew it with.
I think that would declare that one as the winner then, because of quaintness?
Yeah, maybe loyalty. Yeah.
For what little loyalty we can have for this godforsaken state.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Cheers.